Gator fans, this is not a show you're going to want to miss. We've got some big things coming to you before the end of the show. Some big news to drop on you. But before I do get into our pregame show, I know we're about an hour and 23 minutes away from kickoff right now. Florida State, big rivalry week. A lot of things going on across college football as a whole, but us Gator fans, we're really focused on one thing, and that's beating the Florida State Seminoles. Welcome you to the show. Hey, if you don't mind, hit that like and subscribe. That really helps us out. And let's move on. It's the rivalry game that we've all been waiting for. And I'm sorry, folks, if that comes out and you want to rewind this and slow this down and give me shit for not saying rivalry week, clear, quick, and concise, go ahead and do that. But it's the one we've all been waiting for as Gator fans. Of course, nationwide, it's rivalry. See, I can't even do it now. They're everywhere. They're everywhere to be found. But for us Gator fans, this is the one. Florida State coming to the Swamp. And I love this. I love this story. I did forget to mention one thing before we get too far into this. Live shows Monday. That's going to continue in the basketball season. So the Monday show with Donnie B and I, that's going to continue to go. This coming Monday, we will break down the Florida State game. And if there's more football to talk about, we'll do that. And we will roll seamlessly into basketball. That's all here on the Talking Gator Sports. Right now, we're still in football. That's our main focus here on the Talking Gator. Remember, folks, we have a big giveaway at 200 subscribers. Okay, that's still a thing. I know you haven't heard it, but there's going to be a big one at 200 subscribers. My glasses are crooked. Moving on. It's the rivalry game that we've all been waiting for. The Seminoles are coming to the Swamp at night. There are dynamics over dynamics, storylines over storylines on this game. But my first and biggest question going into this, and I know my answer now. I think my question was more for previous to Jordan Travis's injury. But oh, look at there. I'm on the ball. Aren't I? Sorry, folks. What I meant to put up there was, is Florida State, are the Noles the team their rank or record indicate? Now, I would say now, probably definitely not. Probably definitely not. Definitely not. But before it's even kind of skeptical on that end. A lot of us Gator fans will say they haven't really played a team, and the question I always get back is Florida what their record indicates? And I believe it is, but let's look at this, and this is going into this, this week, obviously. We've got Washington currently. They've just got a little bit left in their half, but they're squared up with Washington State at home. Michigan, they're able to, the defense is actually able to pull one out there and take one over Ohio State, but that's not, I mean, we're comparing 2 and 3 here, but the one of these things that's not like the other is my concern is, are we really facing the team that number 5 and the 11-0 would indicate? And most Gator fans are going to tell you no, and I don't disagree. I agree 100% that Florida State, when you stack them up against, I know they win against LSU, and that's good for them, but I think you take LSU right now, there's no way. And I don't care where it's at, neutral site. You dang sure don't want it in Baton Rouge. And maybe it's maybe it's something in Doak, but even still, then LSU is just too dynamic. And Texas A&M, I mean, they played their asses off, man. That was an impressive game today. But when it comes to LSU, they're a really good team. Excuse me. Whereas maybe the first game of the year at a neutral site, maybe not. Maybe you didn't get the best LSU. Is it? It to me, this game is really centered around these backups, because to me, they're it's almost like a fresh start, right? Does that make any sense to anybody? Let's look at the QB ratings for these backups with the recent injuries to the starting Graham Mertz, Jordan Travis. Same weekend, happens to be the weekend before rivalry week. So it's kind of a fresh thing for both these guys. We know Rodemaker has a few more starts, a little more experience than Max Brown does. But the dynamic here is you got to come to the swamp and do this. Okay, Mr. Rodemaker, we are impressed at what you did last weekend, and looking at your numbers, you're the deal. Okay, but our 12th man, and that 12th man is going to be much more important on the defensive side of the ball. We'll get to that. Is going to give you they're going to be your toughest opponent. That is going to be your the toughest player on the field tonight is going to be the 12th man. It's going to be the swamp. Period. Rowdy Reptiles, home crowd. We got a lot to lose, right? We have a lot more to lose than Florida State does today. So when we think honestly, whose hands is it in? Because our offense, I feel, Max Brown and our offense, after what they were able to accomplish, I'm impressed with last weekend in Missouri, that offense can succeed tonight. Home field advantage. No doubt in my mind. I don't think it matters. As believe it or not, I believe the playbook opened up. I'm not going to say that Max Brown is Graham Mertz. I'm not going to take that from Graham Mertz. It's going to take he can't be. He hasn't had the time. That comes with time. Graham Mertz has had that time to show us that he's the Gator. Max Brown still has that. He's good, but he still has to show us some things. And I'm confident that he can start tonight. But the question is, my friends, the bigger question is, can Armstrong's defense stop that FSU offense? And again, I'll say it again and reiterate that 12th man is going to play a huge role on the defensive side of the ball. And if you're listening, I hope if you're there, you're already there and you're already in that environment, enjoying and soaking up that environment there in the swamp. But if you just happen to catch this before kickoff, I want you to scream enough for myself and everyone here on the Talking Gator. I need you to put it all in your voice box. Please. We'd appreciate it. So that's really the big deal. To me, the big deal is can a young, from the coaching to the talent, it's young guys. And I think the most experience is above the field. That's going to be in the stands. And if we can give them enough hell, and if our defensive players can, like I said on High Top, if our defensive players can put enough hats on the front side of numbers of ball carriers and make good, efficient tackles, then we're going to win this game because the offense has what it takes. I'm completely convinced the offense has what it takes. They need to keep with Max Brown in there. He came in fast. He had to start fast, and that momentum needs to carry. What we saw in those last few seconds from him, we need to see in the first few of this game against Florida State. And if we take a big jump on them, I think we got them. And by a big jump, I mean a 10-point, 10-point. I think it's our game. It's Mr. Armstrong, we'd really appreciate your help there. That would be incredible Thanksgiving weekend. You guys have a good Thanksgiving weekend? I know my wife put on a spread. It was her, maybe not the most food she's ever cooked at one time, but it was our first Thanksgiving meal that we had solely prepared for, the family, and she did an amazing job. So shout out to Rebecca, my wife. Amazing job. Thanksgiving dinner. I'm still impressed and amazed at not only that, the woman you are. Sorry, didn't mean to go there, but I really am. That was impressive, and I will remember this Thanksgiving just because of that for a long time. Where am I? I lost track of where I was. So the Talking Gator wants to spread a little Christmas cheer, but we want to do it in Gator fashion. So here's the deal. This is why I said you didn't want to miss this show, because we're coming big right out of the gate. The Talking Gator wants to send you to the SEC opener men's basketball. That happens to be a home game versus Kentucky. And the Talking Gator wants to send you and a guest to that game. Not only do we want to do that, that's an orange out. So, we're going to hook you up also with some swag. We're going to hook you up with a gift card to the official online Gator Sports Shop, where we're going to help you swag out and send you to the game. That's the SEC opener versus Kentucky. That's going to be January 6th. The O'Connell Center, and Exact Tech, is that the Exact Tech Arena? I think that's what it's called. Growing up, it was the O'Connell Center. That's all brought to you right here by the Talking Gator. We want to thank our silent and anonymous sponsors for that. I really appreciate that. Reaching out to Talking Gator fans, trying to get some fans here, trying to pick up some steam going into basketball season. Donnie B and I are going to talk about that starting Monday. We hope to talk about more football, bowl game. However, I'm right in the middle of that. Poor producing here. Poor directing. However, folks, that's pretty much it for this pregame show. I'm really excited about this game. I know we got Tennessee. That was a hot end to that first half of the Tennessee game. I'm looking forward to where that goes here and going on in Neyland Stadium. Vanderbilt visiting there. Donnie B and I will see you live. That's going to be 8 p.m. Eastern Monday. I didn't even break these rules down to you. The rules for this, to win this package here, the 2 tickets and the gift card to the official online Gator Sports Shop. First of all, you have to be a subscriber to the Talking Gator. Second, you have to watch us live Monday at 8 p.m. Donnie B and I, we are going to give these tickets away to someone who's watching. So you can't miss it, because if you miss that, you miss out on this fan experience. We're hooking you up. Subscribe to the Talking Gator. It's really simple. Hit that notify me. That way you can catch that live, because you are not going to win these tickets. You're not going to win this gift card unless you are watching live. It is period. And then also Monday, we'll talk about tonight's game, the upcoming game, Florida State coming to the Swamp. Looking forward to that. And then a little bit of basketball. and we'll send you into basketball with that little gift for you and a guest taking that game. That's all on Monday's show. Folks, it's Florida State. We hope you enjoy the rivalry. Donnie B and I will see you Monday. Remember, in all kinds of weather, we're all in Gators. Go Gators.